Hello dear Homepedia family. The shift away from the stark, clinical lines of modern minimalism has paved the way for something far more soulful and grounding in 2026. We are witnessing a massive resurgence of the Spanish farmhouse aesthetic, a style that perfectly marries the rustic, hard-wearing utility of agricultural life with the romantic curves of Mediterranean architecture. It is not just about aesthetics. It is a response to our collective need for homes that feel like sanctuaries, wrapped in warm textures and organic materials. This style, often called the modern hacienda, offers a timeless appeal that standard trends simply cannot match. In this video, we are going to dissect exactly what makes this design language speak so powerfully to contemporary homeowners and architects alike. We will move beyond the superficial surface level and examine the structural DNA of the Spanish farmhouse, from the specific application of plaster finishes to the architectural necessity of arch transitions. Whether you are looking to infuse a few rustic elements into your current space, or you are breaking ground on a custom Spanish colonial revival build, this breakdown is your essential roadmap. And if this journey inspires you today, make sure to like this video, share it with someone, and drop your thoughts in the comments. Let's dive deep into the hottest design trend of 2026. To understand the Spanish farmhouse, you must first appreciate its historical roots, which have been reimagined for modern living. Traditional Spanish colonial architecture was born of necessity, utilizing local clay, timber, and stone to create structures that could withstand heat while remaining cool and inviting. The 2026 interpretation respects these origins, but cleans up the lines significantly. We are seeing a move away from the heavy, cluttered ornamentation of the past towards a warm minimalism, where the materials themselves provide the decoration. It is a cleaner, more breathable version of the hacienda style. The foundation of this aesthetic is undoubtedly the color palette, which rejects the cool grays of the last decade in favor of rich, earthy tones. We are talking about creamy off-whites that lean towards beige, warm taupes, terracotta reds, and deep olive greens. The goal is to mimic the natural landscape found in Mediterranean and Californian climates. These colors are not applied as flat paint. They are imbued with depth through texture. The light in a Spanish farmhouse should interact with the walls, creating soft shadows that change throughout the day, making the home feel alive and organic. Speaking of walls, the defining texture of the modern hacienda is the ubiquitous use of plaster and stucco. Smooth drywall feels too synthetic for this aesthetic. Instead, designers are opting for lime wash paints, Roman clay, or hand-troweled plaster finishes that offer a tactile quality. These textured stucco walls blur the lines between indoors and outdoors, bringing the rugged exterior finish inside, but with a more refined touch. This texture acts as the perfect neutral backdrop, allowing furniture and architectural details to stand out without competing for attention. One of the most critical architectural features in this design language is the use of the arch. Arched doorways and windows are the hallmarks of Spanish Revival architecture, softening the rigid geometry of standard construction. In 2026 renovations, we are seeing homeowners replacing squared-off openings with sweeping curves that guide the eye gently from room to room. These arches are often left without casing, relying on the smooth plaster returned to define the shape. This creates a seamless flow that feels historic and established, rather than assembled and temporary. Look upwards in any authentic Spanish farmhouse, and you should expect to see heavy timber. Exposed ceiling beams are non-negotiable for achieving that rustic elegance. In the modern interpretation, we are moving away from polished, perfect lumber, and embracing reclaimed wood beams that show their age, knots, and grain. These dark wood accents provide a necessary contrast to the light plaster walls, grounding the space and lowering the visual center of gravity to create intimacy. Whether structural or decorative, these beams invoke the spirit of the original ranch houses. Flooring choices in the modern hacienda are where the farmhouse durability truly shines. The most iconic choice is, of course, terracotta floor tiles, specifically saltillo tiles. These handmade clay tiles range from peach to deep brick red and develop a stunning patina over time. However, for those seeking a more subdued look, wide plank European white oak floors with a matte oil finish are also incredibly popular. The wood needs to look natural and slightly weathered, steering clear of high-gloss finishes that would clash with the rustic ethos of the home. The kitchen is often the heart of the Spanish farmhouse, and in 2026, it is undergoing a major transformation. We are saying goodbye to high-gloss cabinetry and embracing solid wood cabinets with natural stains or painted in moody, organic hues. The layout often centers around a massive, furniture-style island that feels like a workbench. Open shelving made from thick slabs of reclaimed wood replaces upper cabinets, allowing for the display of everyday earthenware. The goal is a kitchen that looks like it has evolved over decades, rather than one installed in a day. A key detail in these kitchens is the ventilation hood, which has become a major architectural focal point. Instead of stainless steel appliances dominating the view, Large custom hoods finished in plaster or stucco merge seamlessly with the walls. This creates a sculptural element that anchors the cooking space. Beneath this hood, the backsplash is the perfect place to introduce handcrafted zellige tiles. The irregular surface and shimmering glaze of zellige tiles reflect light beautifully, adding a layer of glamour to the rustic surroundings without feeling ostentatious. Moving into the living areas, the fireplace is treated with a reverence typical of old-world construction. In a Spanish farmhouse, the fireplace is often massive, finished in smooth stucco or rough-hewn stone, and serves as the primary gathering point. It is not just a heat source, it is an architectural anchor. We often see the hearth raised, creating built-in seating, or flanked by arched niches carved directly into the thick walls to store firewood. This emphasizes the focus on comfort and gathering that defines the hacienda lifestyle. Lighting fixtures in 2026 are heavily influenced by the wrought iron details of the past, but with sleeker profiles. We are seeing oversized iron lanterns, chandeliers with simple candelabra bulbs, and wall sconces that mimic oil lamps. The black iron provides a sharp graphic contrast against the creamy plaster walls, acting as the eyeliner of the room. This juxtaposition of delicate light and heavy metal is crucial for balancing the softness of the textiles and the roughness of the wood and stone elements found throughout the home. Furniture selection for this style requires a careful balance between vintage Spanish furniture and comfortable modern upholstery. You want pieces that feel collected and curated. Think of a heavy, carved wooden console table paired with a low-profile, linen slip-covered sofa. The furniture should have weight and presence. Dainty pieces often get lost in the scale of a Spanish farmhouse. Dark wood accents on chair legs and table bases tie in with the ceiling beams, creating a cohesive rhythm of materials throughout the space. Textiles play a vital role in softening the hard surfaces of tile, stone, and plaster. In the modern hacienda, we layer rugs, perhaps a vintage shack over a larger natural jute rug, to add warmth and pattern. Drapery is usually floor-to-ceiling linen in neutral tones, hung on simple iron rods. The fabric should feel natural to the touch: wool, cotton, linen, and leather. Patterns are generally subtle, drawing from tribal or geometric motifs that complement the Mediterranean vibe without overwhelming the serene color palette. Bathrooms in the Spanish farmhouse style are retreating into spa-like territories, utilizing the same materials found in the rest of the home. We are seeing Tadelakt, a waterproof Moroccan plaster technique, used in showers to create seamless, grout-free walls that are sensual and watertight. Freestanding bathtubs, often in copper or stone, sit as centerpieces. Brass plumbing fixtures, specifically unlacquered brass that will tarnish and age, are the preferred metal finish here, adding a touch of warmth that polished chrome simply cannot provide. The bedroom in a modern hacienda is designed as a minimalist sanctuary, prioritizing rest and acoustics. The thick walls and heavy drapery help dampen sound, creating a quiet retreat. Bed frames are often upholstered in linen or constructed from wrought iron. The bedding is layered and textural, avoiding crisp hotel white sheets in favor of softer, lived-in hues like oatmeal or sage. Minimal artwork and clutter ensure that the mind can rest, with the focus remaining on the architectural envelope of the room. Transitional spaces like hallways and staircases are treated as opportunities for drama in Spanish Revival architecture. Staircases often feature risers tiled in decorative, hand-painted patterns, adding a vibrant splash of color and culture. The handrails are typically wrought iron, ranging from simple linear designs to intricate scrolls. These spaces are often illuminated by pendant lights that cast intricate shadows, transforming a simple walk from one floor to another into an atmospheric experience. Hardware and architectural details throughout the home should not be overlooked. In a Spanish farmhouse, the door handles, hinges, and cabinet pulls are often oil-rubbed bronze or matte black. They are substantial and heavy, offering a tactile reminder of quality every time you open a door. We also see the use of heavy wooden doors, often salvaged or custom-made with plank detailing, which add to the sense of security and permanence that is so central to this design philosophy. Windows and doors are critical for connecting the interior to the exterior. a hallmark of the California hacienda style. Steel casement windows in black are incredibly popular for their ability to frame views like artwork. Alternatively, dark stained wood windows offer a more traditional look. The key is deep sills, due to the thick wall construction, which creates opportunities for window seats or simply a place to display clay pottery decor. The glass is expansive, flooding the interiors with natural light. The connection to the outdoors is perhaps the most defining characteristic of the Spanish farmhouse. Courtyard design is essential, creating protected outdoor living rooms that are extensions of the interior. These spaces often feature gravel or stone flooring, a central water feature or fire pit, and walls covered in climbing vines like bougainvillea or jasmine. The transition should be seamless, with large sliding or folding doors that remain open, allowing the breeze to circulate through the home. Landscaping for a modern hacienda is distinctively drought-tolerant and sculptural. We are not looking for manicured English lawns. Instead, we see olive trees with their silvery green foliage, agave plants, and wild grasses. Large terracotta pots filled with citrus trees or herbs are clustered near entryways. The landscaping reinforces the Mediterranean farmhouse vibe, using gravel paths and natural stone retaining walls to structure the garden in a way that feels both rugged and intentional. Decor in the Spanish farmhouse is exercised with restraint. It favors organic modern principles, where objects are chosen for their shape and material rather than their ornamentation. Large clay pottery, wooden dough bowls, and woven baskets are staples. Vintage oil paintings with gold frames can add a touch of history, but walls are generally left relatively bare to let the plaster texture sing. Every object should feel like it has a story, contributing to the narrative of a home that has stood the test of time. One of the reasons this style is trending for 2026 is its versatility in mixing with other aesthetics. It blends beautifully with mid-century modern furniture, industrial elements, or even traditional antiques. This transitional Spanish design capability allows homeowners to personalize the space without breaking the rules of the style. You can lean more rustic with rougher woods and stone, or more contemporary with cleaner lines and sleek lighting. The sturdy shell of the Spanish architecture creates a forgiving canvas for personal expression. From a renovation perspective, achieving the Spanish farmhouse look adds significant value because it relies on high-quality, long-lasting materials. Replacing hollow core doors with solid wood, adding real beamwork, and upgrading to natural stone floors are investments that age gracefully. While the upfront cost of materials like limestone or handcrafted tile can be higher, their longevity is superior to synthetic alternatives. This style signals luxury to potential buyers because it feels substantial and custom-built. However, there are common mistakes to avoid. The biggest pitfall is creating a theme park version of a hacienda by overusing cliché elements like sombrero decor or excessively bright colors. The 2026 version is subdued and sophisticated. Avoid faux finishes. If you can't afford real wood beams, don't install styrofoam ones. Authenticity is key. It is better to have a subtle nod to the style through color and texture than to force architectural elements that don't fit the scale or structure of the existing house. Ultimately, the Spanish farmhouse is not just a fleeting trend. It is a return to enduring design principles. As we look beyond 2026, the demand for homes that offer comfort, durability, and a connection to nature will only grow. The modern hacienda provides a blueprint for living that values quality over quantity and warmth over gloss. It is a style that invites you to slow down, to touch the surfaces, and to appreciate the imperfections of natural materials. It is quite simply the future of soulful living. To summarize, the Spanish farmhouse trend of 2026 is defined by a harmonious blend of rustic materials and refined, modern sensibilities. By incorporating key elements such as textured plaster walls, exposed reclaimed beams, warm earthy palettes, and handcrafted tiles, you can transform any space into a warm, inviting sanctuary. Whether you are renovating a kitchen with zellage tiles and plaster hoods or redesigning your entire home layout to include arched doorways and courtyards, remember that the essence of this style lies in authenticity, tactile luxury, and a seamless connection to the outdoors. If you are ready to bring the modern hacienda look into your own home, Start by selecting one or two foundational elements, like the paint color or lighting fixtures, and build from there. We would love to hear which part of the Spanish farmhouse aesthetic resonates most with you. Is it the wrought iron details or the cozy stucco fireplaces? Let us know in the comments below. Don't forget to like this video and subscribe to our channel for more in-depth guides on the biggest interior design trends of 2026 and beyond.